Education impacts Black history in a very significant way. As a matter of fact, the impact of education on slavery was so significant that it was illegal for slaves to learn how to read. Since Reconstruction, African Americans have made significant strides. After the repeal of laws making it criminal to educate a slave, African Americans founded colleges and universities like Howard University, Clark Atlanta, and Tuskegee University. Educators like W.E.B. Du Bois and Booker T. Washington came to the foreground to create spaces where men like Carter G. Woodson would eventually establish what will become Black History Month. Education is the root that runs deep, feeding our Black future with the richness of our Black history. At University Pathways Public Service Academy, we proudly take up the mantle to continue that legacy in our education and service.
Light, camera, action.
Our main question is, how does lack of education resources affect Black and Brown history and progress?
You know, when we talk about education, you got to really be critical about resources. Allocating resources with technology, with opportunity, with access. And when you're fighting for access and opportunity, you have to look for what is out there in the career, what is out there in the world to make sure that Black and brown students have a fighting chance to not just survive but thrive in our global economy, but in our global world.
We are expected to stretch the dollar more in the inner city than any other area. Less money is given to our schools and more is expected out of them.
When you don't have resources, it makes it harder to get access to an education. It makes it harder to get access to simple things, food, shelter, which affect people's ability to focus in school.
It's very difficult to get through high school and be successful in high school and get to college when you don't know what your resources are.
The amount of stuff that I need at this point in time to get to where I want to go and finish my goals and stuff, then I think that's my biggest fear, not making it to where I want to be.
At the U, Principal Raw and our teachers have created a space where resources are made available so students can compete in a global environment.
We have a long way to go of really fulfilling like our core values of you respect, you love, you work hard, you follow through. And how that manifested of you respect is respect each other. But not just each other, respect the game, like respect the hustle, respect like the tenacity it takes. You love is like loving each other, but also loving what you do and finding your passion. Working hard is like every day you bring your best effort, right? Follow through is say what you mean and mean what you say. And then get results is like turn those L's into lessons, like turn those losses into lessons. There's never a loss, like you always gonna learn. So if you continuously learn and you do all 5 of those things, then you boom.
When you boom, you continue the legacy of excellence and honor the legacy and investment of our Black and brown ancestors and mentors.
I feel like if you're able to see someone who came from like your community who has the same roots as you, so someone who looks like you, right? And seeing them be successful in whatever they want and them telling you their journey, I feel like that motivates students.
I hold 2 master's degrees. I hold an associate's degree. I hold, of course, my high school diploma. I'm 32 years old and I'm about to go back to school, right? So as a principal, I don't need to go back to school. I could be cool and content, but I'm gonna go back to school because I wanna become a doctor. And I feel like being a walking example for our community and for our students is really important to me. So you guys can see like, you know what, you can reach for your dreams and you can surpass them if you put your mind to it.
A lot of people talk about being patriotic and America's the greatest country. And if you want to argue that, then it's in the best interest of everybody that we invest in people and make sure that we're meeting the needs of students. If that means students that are differently abled, students that speak different languages, from different backgrounds, whatever challenges that they face, there needs to be investment so that we can deal with those difficulties and make sure that everybody does best. If all the students do their best and go on to have successful careers, then America is going to be a better place. And then I would argue the world would be a better place.
What is something that you influence your students, or do you think you should influence on them?
I influence influence my students in a variety of ways. I try to lead by example. Most days, I think 98% of the time, I am dressed up. That is intentional. I want my students to look up to me, and when they get out into the work world or own their own businesses and become these professionals, I want them to walk into their jobs, walk on their jobs, feeling very confident, loving who they are as a person, and understanding it wouldn't be the first time they've been introduced to that. They've seen it in high school with their teacher, and hopefully with their elementary and middle school teachers as well.
Black history is ongoing. Black history is now. The impact that we, our generation, have on Black history starts today. Let's boom!